everybody, Gilbert Blaze here, back with another video. Hope everyone's having a great weekend. Well, I wanted to talk about something that's been on my mind recently, and as you can see from my channel, I featured a new video from Tommy from the Bronx, who's a really good guy, very passionate, very opinionated, as you can see. So he's talking about the mosque being built by Ground Zero, and that's been a really big hot topic in New York City recently because of plans of them building a mosque a few blocks away from Ground Zero. Now, I've been hearing a lot of people's opinions on this on YouTube. I've been talking to a lot of my co-workers and my friends about this, since we all work in the area, and I'm very 50-50 on this opinion. At first, when I heard about a mosque being built, I didn't have a problem with it because I figured, who are we to discriminate against anyone wanting to build something? And I can distinguish the radical Muslims, which are the bad ones, the evil ones, from the regular Muslims who are nice and they just follow their religion and they're not just to the extreme. So when I found out that it was going to be built, the new mosque by Park Place, which is about 2 blocks away from Ground Zero, I was really baffled by this because I started talking to people on the street, because since I do security on the street, I run into a lot of people, and so I was running this week especially into a lot of victims' families of 9/11, and I was talking with one lady in particular, and she really changed my opinion on this whole matter, because hearing her point of view, hearing her talk about how it's a slap in the face for her husband to have died at 9/11, and for them to have a Muslim kind of institute right there, knowing that Islam and this Muslims are the reason why the attacks happen, due to religion in a sense. And hearing her story really touched me, because I knew that the families would be pissed off about this, the victims' families, but it didn't really grasp my attention. It didn't really get to me until I heard from one of them, and I talked to them, and I was talking to a lot of people actually this week, a lot of victim families that were down there protesting and speaking to the media, and it just really got to me that Manhattan, in a sense, is a small place, but Manhattan is big enough where they can find other places where they can build this mosque at. I don't get why they would want to build it 2 blocks away from Ground Zero. I can understand Mayor Bloomberg and the city council, they passed this because they want to feel that the bygones be bygones, let's not discriminate, let's show them that we can move forward from what happened. But I still think the location is a bad spot. It's an extremely bad spot to be at, because once this mosque is built, it's going to invite nothing but trouble. You're going to get people wanting to vandalize it. You're going to get people wanting to put graffiti on it. You're going to get people possibly wanting to blow it up and burn it down. There's going to be a lot of trouble with this once it's built, and I just can't imagine the victims' families having to go down to Ground Zero to remember their loved ones, and having to see the mosque there. I mean, it's going to be a really big slap in the face for them. And I feel bad. I feel really bad, but I'm really torn because I don't like seeing people getting discriminated, and I do feel Muslims gotten a bad rap after 9/11, and it's something that's going to always happen in America. People are going to always feel a little bit weary of Muslims because of this, and I just don't think that personally is a good spot to be at. It's hard. I mean, I hear so many people's opinions on this, and my story, I've been with my job now for 8 years, but when 9/11 happened, I wasn't with my current job. I was actually in the area when it happened because I was going for a job interview. So when I got off the train, that's when the first plane hit, and it was right there. I was literally a block and a half, 2 blocks away from where it happened, and to hear the sound of the plane hitting the building was deafening. It was the loudest screeching sound I've ever heard, and then hearing the impact, it was something that I couldn't keep my eyes off of. It was something I couldn't believe this was happening right in front of me. To experience something like that, to see people jumping out the windows to their death, to see body parts, legs, arms, heads on the ground, then to have that big cloud, that smoke, that debris, that fog that was coming, the blob, it looked like it was just coming all over. It was all over everywhere, and people are running and screaming from it. I just couldn't believe that I witnessed that, and to know that it almost happened 10 years ago is just mind-boggling. I just can't believe it happened almost 10 years ago. And every anniversary of 9/11, it seems like more and more people tend to forget what happened because it seems like less important to a lot of people now, since they see it as like now is like a day where we've moved on. But for a lot of people, they haven't moved on yet. And I know for me in particular, sometimes like I see Ground Zero because I'm around it every day. I see it, so at times it doesn't affect me, and at times it does. Like a lot of tourists comes up to me, they ask me about Ground Zero all the time. They ask me about what's there. They ask me about what the plans are going to be for the new recreation. I get asked questions all the time, so I'm constantly reminded about what happened that day. So it's something that I can't really ever forget. So to see this mosque being built, I mean, I don't have a problem with Muslims. I don't have a problem with Islam, but I do have a problem with where the location's at. And I just so disagree with this. Like at first I was for it, but now I have to disagree with them doing this because they're going to invite so many problems coming down this way. And being that I work down there doing street security down there, I'm going to definitely have to deal with it if there's going to be a lot of problems. And I'm really not looking forward to that. But I just think they should have thought twice about this. They should have thought smartly about this. I mean, who are we to tell anyone where you can and can't worship at? You know, that's why we live in America for. You know, everyone's free to do whatever, you know, the freedom to express yourself. And I just don't think this is the right decision. I think Mayor Bloomberg was wrong. The city council was wrong for approving this. And I also heard now they might build like a Christian church right near it as well. So, you know, Christians and Muslims right near each other. I mean, it's like a religious war that's going to happen down Lower Manhattan. It's just going to be insane. So I just wanted to give my opinion on that. I'm curious what other people think because I've been talking to a lot of people about this. So let me know your feedback on it. I'm definitely curious to hear about it. So hope you all having a great weekend. Talk to you all later. Peace.